Can everyone hear me? Okay, great. How many of you guys are new today? Because I see a lot of people who have came to a lot of our seminars already. Yeah, so anyone new here who have never been to our seminars before? Like if you're new, can you type number 1, please? Yeah, so okay, thank you for being here. If you are new here, right, you do me a favor and share the link with all the rest of your friends as well. I'll try to end at 9 o'clock. Okay, so a little bit of background information about myself. I graduated from SMU, and before I graduated, right, I actually went to see a lot of feng shui masters. So a lot of people actually they ask when is the best time to get yourself a reading. Do I need a reading? The time is actually any time. People look for me for reading even for C-sec dates, even before babies are born. People look for reading before they graduate sometimes. And sometimes people do readings like every year after they start working so that they can prepare for the luck cycle for next year. So as I was actually having these readings with a lot of other feng shui masters, I realized that they all said roughly the same thing. But what was interesting is that a lot of people actually don't tell you the solution. And the key in finding the solutions to some of the issues to have with your luck is actually through that of the understanding of your own Bazi. Now, I just want to ask, do you all know why feng shui masters don't like to share about why your chart is like that? They just like to tell you like, oh, you know what, it is like that, and you need to do this, you need to be careful of that, but they don't want to tell you why. And sometimes they are also a bit apprehensive about telling you the solution as well. Now, why do you all think that way? Can anyone just tell me like how you all feel? Like, why do they not want to tell you? Anybody wants to take this question? It's a very interesting question, by the way, because a lot of people have told me that, they've been to a lot of other readings and they told me that, hey, why is Hoseki a little bit different? Yeah, because we provide solutions. But why do people don't want to tell you the solution? Why do people don't want to tell you why it is like that? What do you think? Alvin, you're in a hurry, right? You want to take this question? Yeah, anybody knows the answer why? The reason why people don't want to share is because that you might not like the answer. So when they tell you about the answer, right, if you don't like it, right, then perhaps they might have a very difficult time trying to explain to you, or maybe they will face a customer who is a little bit upset. And that's the reason why generally people don't like to share. Yeah, not exactly because of a personal reason lah, but it's really because that they don't want to tell you so that they don't have to explain. Okay, that's the main reason why they don't want to share. But if you really want to help clients, we need to share with them. And the best way to share with them is actually through allowing them to understand what exactly Bazi reading is about. How can we use Bazi reading, right, to help us to improve our luck? Okay, that is the main reason why. It goes through a whole series of education and learning, which is why it is not easy and not every client will get it. Okay, so that is why. At Hoseki, right, we are quite fortunate that having shared with a lot of our clients, they like the experience, which is why they kept on sharing with many of their friends. To date, we have expanded to 3 other, international offices. One of them is in Thailand. The other one is in Vietnam. I visit these 2 places frequently because we have a huge community in these 2 countries as well, especially Vietnam. So how many of you guys are doing insurance here? Any insurance agents who are inside this seminar today? So we are also giving training for numerology and face reading to AIA in Vietnam. Yeah, so for those of you guys who are in insurance, right? Yeah, I saw some of you guys DMing us. So those of you guys who are actually in insurance, we are giving this training to AIA. Other than courses, right, we are also specializing in home feng shui, office feng shui. Recently, Guaco Land Midtown, we have done for a lot of offices there. It's a new building that just opened up for people to move in. I heard that the rent is pretty good though. Then we also do a lot of 八字 reading, just did a few today as well for many clients. And we also recently are giving courses. Okay, next year we'll also be providing feng shui workshop as well. Now, what exactly is 八字? We have the answer right here, but any one of you guys have a different answer? It's actually a very complex and ancient system. Okay, a lot of times, a lot of people think that, hey, you know what? Perhaps after I read already, is it some trick whereby after I read, I will be able to find out when I will win the lottery? Yeah, so the answer is no. Okay, you have 4 letters, 4 digits for the lottery. 八字 doesn't tell you 4 digits. It tell you 8 characters, and the 8 characters reveals some of the things about your personality. Okay, so generally people use it to see it for career guidance, maybe even matchmaking, and sometimes for personal growth. Okay, today we have a very, very interesting lady, a very, very, very good salesperson that actually came for a 八字 reading session. And apparently within the session, we find that, right, she is extremely capable, but possible to have relationship issues in her life. Yeah, so with that, we also help with the issue with spouse at home. Now, having known that, right, as today's seminar is on 八字 reading, we will share a little bit more. So a lot of people are asking like, okay, numbers for numerology, but what about 八字? Is it the same? Are they using a numbers system? The answer is no. Numerology uses what we call a number system, but Andrea, close the door. Yeah, thanks. So numerology, right, uses a number system, but 八字 reading uses what we call an astrology system. So we have 5 different planets here. Do they look strange to you? How many of you guys know that, you know, 八字 reading is somehow connected to the movement of planets? If you don't know, can you type number 1? If you know, can you type number 2? I see there are mixed replies. Some of you know and some of you don't know. Yeah. So through the movement of these planets, we get what we call a 八字 reading. Why? Because the movement of the planets will determine certain energy with the dates. But as we plot the dates, and the understanding of these dates, right, will give us insights about how this movement of planets can actually help you to understand more about yourself and maybe also about other people. Yeah, so Alvin says that, wow, it's about the 5 elements. Okay, yes. In fact, the second concept, much more than the 5 elements, are actually about the concept of yin and yang as well. Now, before we get into the specifics about how do we read a 八字 chart correctly, the more important question is that what exactly can we get? Because we're in a new economy. So how new is this new economy? Is the economy about what's in for me? And that's the most important question that everybody asks nowadays. Okay, even for employees next year, they're going to ask a lot about this. What's in for me before they do everything? Which is why if we plot the 八字 chart of next year, if you guys are interested, please come for my 2024 talk on the astrology forecast for next year, because a lot of people are going to quarrel, especially employees and their bosses, especially children and their parents. What's in for me you know what? After you die, I'm supposed to get all your money. But what's in for me for listening to you right now? Sounds like a very, very tough question, right? I will never do that to my parents. Maybe some clients, they will say that, but you have no idea how many clients that I have that actually ask me when their parents will die. So they will get money. Okay. So next year is going to be a very tough year because a lot of people are going to quarrel their parents and people also quarreling with their bosses. Why is it? Join our forecast and we will explain to you more. But before that, what exactly can we use Bazi reading for? Okay. What can we achieve during this lifetime? Okay. So sometimes, yeah. So Alvin says quarrel between countries. Perhaps they will, impact that of the economy. But now, the impact that it has on you, perhaps more closer back to home will be the staff issue and also family issue. We cannot exactly say, okay, my lifetime is just like that, my potential is like that. We can stretch that potential. Otherwise, there's no purpose for the reading if you just want to find out the answer. Am I right to say that? Now, the second thing is family relationship. We will know how to cope with the family relationship. What are your weaknesses in managing a family relationship? Are you very career-minded? Are you totally not career-minded at all? So some people say totally not career-minded. Like that should be very good with family, what? No, I have seen many wives divorce their husband because the husband has zero ambition for their career. Okay, now the next one is actually how do we find out exactly how we should augment to have a better marriage life? Definitely choosing of the right spouse helps a lot. So let's say if you're young and you haven't get married yet, you know what, this can actually help you. How can we train children to be good? Today we have a client who has a HO. Okay, what is HO? HO is a star that offends people. Who does she offend? Offend all her children. Now, then this can actually mean poor relationship luck with the child or children. Yeah, for her, she has 3. So understanding the Bazi chart, right, can allow her to see the intensity of the problem and she will be more motivated to change. Okay, it can also be used to predict health issues. Another client has liver and stomach and heart problems at old age. So if we read them, it is like buying a very good piece of insurance where you can try and prevent them early on in your life. Imagine knowing about it only when you are 60 and the problem comes next year. What can you do then? Nothing much. But let's say if we read them when you're 40 right now, we can actually prepare beforehand. Maybe perhaps the critical year comes when you're 61. There's a lot of things that we can do right now until 61. There's 21 years for you to prepare. Okay. The next one is actually to predict your wealth and career prospects. And of course, trying to understand also like, wow, come this colleague, I can never get along with her. And then after you plot her chart, wow, HO, HO, HO. So she's not Santa Claus, ho, ho, ho. So that HO stands for hurting officer. So she will whack you, knowingly, unknowingly, every single day, as long as she feels like it. Okay, yeah, perhaps you have a boss. Wow, HO, HO, HO boss. And this boss likes to micromanage. Wow, jiala. She will squeeze every ounce of juice in you until you are dry. How many of you guys have bosses like that? Okay, then the last one is actually understanding your investment luck. Okay, that's pretty important also because today we have a person that came for reading and the spouse actually very poor investment luck. Invest in whatever, also lose money. Why? Is it because that the person is unlucky, so cannot buy 4D? How many of you think that's the case? Can you type number 1? How many of you say, no, 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 I'm pretty sure that Chase means something else? Can you type number 2, please? Yep, so precisely. Let's say we talk about poor investment luck. It actually means that this person, right, has very, very, very poor personality in the management of long-term assets. So this person probably has a get-rich-quick mentality that can be extremely damaging to this person in investing. Okay? Now, can we read this? The answer is no. Once again, I want to ask you this question. How many of you guys here doing insurance? Anybody here doing insurance? If you're doing insurance, can you type number 1? Anybody doing insurance here? Any insurance agents here? Or today don't have insurance agents? Just now I saw got 2 people type. Any insurance agents here? Yeah. So let's say if we can read when we are going to die, you know what's going to happen to all the insurance agents in Singapore now? Yeah, they are going to run out of a job. Yeah, so insurance agents in Singapore, all the insurance agents, right, will lose their job if we can read when we are going to die. How come, leh? Yeah, how come, leh? Because all you need to do, right, is to spend your money until the very last day, correct? Yeah, then why is there a need to still buy insurance? I don't need to buy already. Yeah, no need. Yeah, because you already know when what. So you prepare and then you split, and then you just spend every dollar and cent until the very last day. Don't need to buy. All of them will lose their job. Luckily, we can't. Okay, so they can keep their jobs for now. Until one day somebody say he can. Okay, then the structure of the Bazi chart. Is this new to you guys? Yeah, so let me explain a little bit about this page, the structure of the Bazi chart. Let me get my magic pen. Okay, let's play. Yeah, so the first one is actually the structure of this Bazi chart. There are 8 characters within the Bazi chart, right? But actually there are 4 different pillars standing for year, month, day, and hour. So this is what we call your original Bazi chart. If you plot the chart, right, on any app, sometimes they will have new columns appearing. So the first column appearing will be what we call your 10-year luck cycle. And the second column appearing usually will be what we call your current year cycle. Okay? And then like a tree. So on top of the tree, you have what we call the heaven stem. Okay, and below, you have what we call the earthly branches. Now, what's so interesting about these earthly branches? The thing about these earthly branches is that, right, they actually represent what we call the 12 zodiacs. Okay, the 12 zodiacs. Well, I see like Alvin coming in like very knowledgeable. Do you already know all this already, Alvin? Now, what is so interesting is that within this 12, within these 8 characters, right, one of the most important things is actually about this character here, which we call the day master. Later we will talk a bit more about the day master, okay? And then there is also what we call the 10 gods, okay? Also what we call the 10 gods. How many of you guys know what 10 gods are? If you know what 10 gods are, can you type number 1? If you don't know what are the 10 gods, can you type number 2? Yeah, so then of course the next category is what we call the 10 gods. So 10 gods is formed using the 10 gods is what we call using the relativity method. So using the relativity method, right, by seeing the relationship of all this to the day master, right, we form a certain kind of reading called the 10 gods. And through these 10 gods, we use it as a form of personality profiling. But in the past, how do people use 10 gods? They use 10 gods, right, by telling you their Bazi chart without telling you their Bazi chart. Yeah, very chim, huh? Yeah, in the past, it wasn't used for profiling. It was used to tell you your Bazi chart. You communicate your Bazi chart to another person without telling the person your Bazi chart. That was the main purpose of it. Okay, and of course, lastly, we also have what we call the clashes and combinations, and of course, the auxiliary stars. Okay. Now, there are a total of 60 different combinations. So the up and down, right? Totally, there are 60 different types of combinations that we call pillars. Okay, of all these pillars that move around, you have the hour that shows a different pillar. You have the day that shows a different pillar, the month that shows a different pillar, and the year that shows a different pillar. So they move around. There are a total of more than 541,000 combinations. So that is the reason why, right? Bazi chart, right, is very, very in depth. Okay, because it is very difficult for you to find another person with the same Bazi chart. If you're not born on the same day, the chances that you will meet someone that has the same Bazi chart as you, right, will have to be 60 years later. Wow. So what are the chances of that? Not high lah, not high. Okay, so because of this, right, it is somewhat a very personalized technique. Let me just retract that word accurate, because whether it's accurate or not depends on whether you know how to read. Yeah, but definitely it is somewhat very personalized and gives a lot of information for you to crunch. So that is why, right, it is a very useful method. If you also know face reading and numerology, right, it gives you more breadth, more information for what we call drawing of parallels. What is called drawing of parallels? It means that if you see a certain piece of information in this manner, you see another piece of information and you match the two pieces of information together, right, they will give you a lot of insights to the reading. Okay. Now then, one of the most important concepts within the Bazi chart, of course, is the 5 elements. Whatever characters that you see in the Bazi chart just now. I see a lot of Chinese words and I don't understand what are these Chinese words. Okay, very simple. They are all part of the 5 elements. Either they are yin or they are yang only. That's all. Okay, so some of them are yin fire, some of them are yang fire, some of them are yin earth, some of them are yang earth, so on and so forth. So the concept of these 5 elements are very important within the Bazi chart because one element generates another, and understanding the relationship of these 5 elements, then drawing parallels and derivatives from it can allow you to see the 10 gods. And that is how the 10 gods are being derived. There are a total of 10 heaven stems and they are as such. Okay. So how many earthly branches are there then? Oh, is there 10 heaven stems? How many earthly branches are there? How many of you guys can tell me the right answer? If you can give me the right answer, later for the live demo, right, people will select you. Okay, yeah, wow, we have one person saying the correct answer already. There are 12 earthly branches. Wow, power. So Z Ling, right? Yeah, so assuming that you didn't offend Bibo, right? Bibo might select you for the live demo later. Yeah. I'll tell you, Bibo very petty one. So if you said something bad to her, maybe she won't select you for the reading. Okay, so then on the earthly branches, right, then there are a total of 12 of them. And what's so interesting about the earthly branches? Okay, why are there 12 earthly branches? 12 number of months. Alvin is right. Yes, correct. Because they are actually the different months. Yeah, but what's so interesting is that there are also the different zodiacs. Anybody in the dog zodiac here? Anyone in the dog zodiac or not? Anyone in the dog zodiac? My daughter. Okay, wow. So those of you guys in the dog zodiac, you all know that dog zodiac clash next year. Yeah, so dog zodiac has a clash next year, okay, in 2024. Take note. Now, the first exercise is actually finding the day master. Why is this important? Because the day master represents a certain backbone about your personality. So I met a lot of clients, right, that come to me. Hey, Cheese, how come you tell me my element is earth? You know, I ever heard somebody telling me that my element is wood leh. I'm a wood dog. So there are so many instances where we have clients coming to Hoseki, right, for the reading in my office, and then they doubt, they have a lot of self-doubt because they are like, somebody tell me that my element is wood because I'm a wood dog. How many of you guys heard something like that before from some of your friends? And then I will be like, no, you don't look like a wood dog. Up and down, you look like a human being. Okay lah, sorry, I like to joke with my clients sometimes because it makes the situation a little bit less tense. Because sometimes when you read something for a client, they can be very stressed, okay? But I don't think he looks like a dog lah. Now, the long story short is that, right, what we should see is that we should always look at the day pillar instead. Okay, Kelly, and will you be okay for you to leave all the questions inside our Q&A box? Okay, yeah, so that it is easier for me to manage, because sometimes it can be very difficult for me to answer the questions on and off. Now, so what we will actually see is what we call the day master. The day master. Here. So because of this day master, right, this person is actually in that of the earth element. But however, let's say, why did this person say that he or she is a wood dog then? Where is the wood dog? Ah? The wood dog is here in the year. So this person is actually that of the year of the dog. And this represents that of the wood element. So there will always be a lot of misconception that this person will say that my element is wood. I'm a wood dog. They say, no, you are a human being and your element is earth. And why we say that is because we look at the day of birth instead. Yeah, not the year. Yeah, so imagine that everybody were to use the year as a reference. Would that be accurate or not? No, because there's a lot of people born in the same year. Yeah, even if you're a wood dog, you're different from a fire dog. But even so, it can be very misleading. So we don't read the chart using the year, but we read using the day. Okay, so that's the first concept that we need to understand. Yeah, the next concept that we need to understand is that, right, it forms a certain backbone of the Bazi chart. Okay, although it doesn't tell you your Bazi chart entirely, but it forms a certain backbone about roughly who you are. Okay, so now we're going to go through the 10-day masters concept. Now, the young wood personality, right, basically means that this person, right, is a reliable person, possibly can be a leader. But one of the issues that they might have is that, right, they are impatient, okay? And also, sometimes they can be very dominant within a relationship. Andrew, later you help. Later. Okay, so a suitable career for this person can be an entrepreneur or maybe certain executive position. Yeah, so I have a client, he is a CEO of an airline company, and he is actually in that of the young wood element day master. Very strong personality. Yeah, okay, then very, very commanding as well. And a lot of people are very afraid of him, okay? So this is what we call the very classic young wood day master personality. Now then, there's also another person that is a little bit competitive one. Okay, then this person is a Ingwood personality. Usually these people are very creative, and a lot of them are actually in the entertainment industry as well. I have a client pretty well known in Singapore, and also, you know, Ingwood personality. I think many of you guys know her, but due to client confidentiality, I cannot tell you guys who he is. Okay, he directed a few movies in Singapore, pretty famous guy, and recently got into a driving accident. Okay, so they can be a little bit indecisive, and sometimes, right, they can be easily stressed. Okay, so why is this person stressed? Just give you an example. So he directed a lot of movies, but one of the problems that he has is that, right, he's not very good in doing business, and he's not very good in running a company as well. So the production sometimes can be very big, because when you run a movie, there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. Not just whether or not the movie turns out good, although that pretty much takes up like a lot of whether or not a movie is successful. But marketing the movie takes a lot of work, and promoting the movie takes a lot of work. The longevity of the movie, managing the trademarks of it, right, is a lot of work. But it is not built to manage this kind of work of this intensity. So what does he have then? He always will have headaches because he cannot cope with the stress. And due to his age, right, sometimes it can be very, very difficult for him to carry on. But still, he is still a very, very ambitious person, and he still wants to do his best, regardless of all these limitations. This is what we call the Ingwood personality. Then of course, there are also some people in the Bing fire personality where they are very strong, like the sun. Okay, they can be quite charismatic or even passionate as they speak. But one of the issues they have is that very ego, don't want to admit that they're wrong and can be quite impulsive. A lot of these people are in the leadership roles as well, being fire personality, and they are also probably quite motivational. I have a client, right, who is a motivational speaker. He also is in the being fire personality. Yeah, so some people will ask, hey, how come motivational speaker also come and read their Bazi chart and go and study these courses? Motivational speaker also need to be motivated, ma. Right? He go and motivate other people, then who motivate him? So, which is why everybody needs support from one kind or another. Okay, don't judge if the motivational speaker come for Bazi reading. Okay, yeah, sometimes even feng shui master go for Bazi reading also. Okay, then next, of course, we have the yin fire personality. This person likes to take care of others. Yin fire personality is what we call the mother of all the different elements. They can be very imaginative, can be pretty empathetic towards others also, but sometimes a bit idealistic. They have a little bit of empathy lah, not a lot, but just a little bit. And sometimes they can be creative. One of the issues they have is that they can be easily moody, right? Like a flame that flickers. Sometimes they can be a little bit self-centered. So suitable careers for them sometimes can be writing. I have some clients who are in marketing who is also in the yin fire personality as well. Okay, one of them is actually a designer, pretty good one. Okay, then of course we have the young earth personality that is like a mountain, very difficult to change their point of view. But generally, right, once they make up their mind, right, they can be very, very powerful and difficult to change their direction. Yeah, so these people are very grounded people. They are the kind of people that you would like to hire for your company if you need someone to take charge of an important role. For example, running the operational team. Yeah, you probably need someone like that. Okay, you don't want someone that flickers. Yeah, because people that flicker sometimes can be very stressful. Yeah, so for bosses, they always like to hire people in the young earth personality. But yeah, of course, actually, young earth personality people, right, generally make very good employees. Wow, you don't go and check your birthday of employees right now. Okay, now it's seminar time. Do that later. Okay. So the next one, of course, is the yin earth personality, right? That is extremely resourceful. Okay. But one of the things about these people is that although they are very, very detailed, they are quite resourceful, right? One of the issues that they have is that, right, they are very complicated people. Earth element is made up of a lot of things, which is why earth element people are also highly complicated. They worry about a lot of things and sometimes they overthink. Yeah. So although they might look like they're happy-go-lucky, right? But they can be a little bit difficult to get along. Some of the people that are in Earth, right, they will get into healthcare professions. Some actually like to do HR. Some of them likes to do recruitment as well. Yeah, so I've heard that actually recruitment is a very up and coming career. Okay, so for those of you guys who not sure where you should get into, right? Recruitment is a very good industry for you to study. Now, then the next one is actually what we call the young metal people. Now, these people they can be either very nice, right, or super difficult to get along because they are very, very stubborn. Yeah, so although they are quite ambitious and logical, but sometimes because of their stubbornness, right, they can actually offend a lot of people, which is why in face reading, we also take into notice the person's element as well. Let's say if this person exhibits a lot of metal element in his or her chart, right, they can be very difficult to get along. So some of you guys also ask, wow, what if my wife got a lot of metal element in her chart? Then good luck. Okay, so suitable career for these people, right, can be engineering, finance, maybe law enforcement. Yeah. Okay, Jazz, go. Are you in recruitment? That's why you asked this question. Okay. Yeah, so can you put them in the Q&A, Jess? Yeah, so ink metal people then are super, very, very observant and meticulous. Yeah, so some of the strengths of these people is that because of their ability to be very detailed, right? They make very good agents. Any one of you guys are an agent here? How many of you guys are agent? Like insurance agent, property agents, car sales agents, any form of agents? Yeah. Anybody here who is an agent? Well, today so few agents. Or all the agents keep quiet. Okay, very, very few agents here today are maybe all working. Now, if you are an agent, right, take note. Ink metal makes very good agents. How many of you guys know that Hoseki has a lot of agents who are our clients? Like a lot. Yeah, so many top agents, right, in many companies like NTUC lah, Prudential lah, Finesis, PIAS, AIA, they are all our clients. Okay, a lot of these top agents are also our clients. And many top agents are that of the ink metal day master, including a super good director, right? A head of an agency, right, in Propnex. He's also a ink metal day master. Why? The very basis of what makes you a very good agent is not because you can talk very well or because of the fact that you can sell very well, but it's because that you can calculate well. Think about that, okay? Now, the next one is actually a young Meta Day Master. So young Meta Day Master, people are very adaptive, intuitive. They're usually very smart and resourceful. But one of the issues that they have is that, right, they can be very lazy. So it can be very difficult for you to get them to do things. I have a client, right, who actually wants to use property to grow his wealth. He's a very a strong investor. But one of the issues that he has is that, right, he look for one house, can look for 3 years one. Yeah, after 3 years, he still haven't buy. Actually, like that, how to make money from property quite difficult, right? Because you actually need to buy to make money from property, right? Then you don't buy and you look at properties, you can never make money from it, right? Yeah, technically, correct me if I'm wrong lah. If you use your eyes and look, then you can make money. You must tell me now, because I also want to learn. But it can be very difficult because you need to make a decision to commit. You need to do something. If you don't do anything, you literally just cannot get money or you cannot get what you want. That's how life works, right? Yeah, so correct, no action, no results. That is their main problem. Yeah, so a lot of young water people will have this issue. All talk, no action. Okay, yeah. I have a certain client. I have one client, right, who is also like that, very smart, super good benefactor luck. Wow, but yeah, talk, same project, nothing happened. Even start the project already, still cannot do well. Okay, why? Because no determination, zero willpower. Yeah, so the other one is what we call the ink water element. Also very smart, okay? But creative, sensitive, imaginative, a lot of ideas, okay? But one of the issues is that, right, can be very difficult, right, to get down to doing that actual thing that produce results. Yeah, so some people will say that, hey, like that, water element people, are they very difficult to become successful? Actually, no. A lot of those very successful people, they are all water element people. But how come? If you know that you're like that, you need to surround yourself with the right kind of people. So these people, they need to be pushed. So a lot of these water element people, right, they need metal element or they need wood element people to push them to their limit. Push them. Yeah, okay? Yeah, earth element also, wow, clash them, push them to their limit. Fire element, burn them, push them to their limit. They need to be pushed. A lot of these people need to be pushed. Now, how accurate is the day master reading? Not very, but it forms a certain backbone, better than nothing. Okay, definitely much more accurate than the zodiac readings that we see every single Chinese New Year, but not too accurate yet. Okay, because it is not good enough to form any form of conclusion about a person's personality yet. Okay, what is the most important thing for us is to understand the interactions of the rest of the elements with the day master element. This kind of comparison method, right, is the correct way to interpret the Bazi chart. Now, in order to analyze these interactions, right, we need to understand whether or not these elements make the day master strong or weak. And after that, then we can understand their favorable elements. Now, if you guys want to understand your favorable elements so that you know what piece of jewelry will suit you, or also what are the elements that will suit you, right? You can feel free to message this number. Yeah, so we will try to handle as many as we can, but definitely we will do at least 10. Okay, so if you guys want to understand a bit more, please feel free to message this number here. Okay. Now, the most important concept in Bazi chart is this word called relativity. A lot of things are relative. Okay, the elements will need to be relative to the day master. Yeah, so let's say if you read only your day master, right, it's not very accurate because not all matter element people are determined. Some people give up very easily. Okay, not all earth element people are resourceful. Some of them quite stick in the mud. Exactly, pun intended. Yeah, so if you can read the relationship between two elements, right, then it will derive what we call the 10 gods reading. And this 10 gods reading, right, is actually taught in our courses. Okay, so why is the 10 gods reading important? Is because that they can tell you a person's personality very, very accurately. Okay, so we will not go through all 10, but we will just go through one, because we have no time to go through in today's seminar. But nevertheless, if you're interested in knowing more, right, please join us in our very, very interesting workshop / course. We call it a workshop because, I think it is very boring when you keep listening to a person talk from 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock. You confirm 100% guarantee plus chalk for sleep. So what we do is that, right, we use a workshop format instead so that people are more able to keep up. Yeah, now the important thing that you will need is practice. People, will you be able to send the link for the course here? Thanks. Then later on, I'll go through this 10 gods. Now, there is this thing within the 10 gods called the wealth component. Okay, there are two kinds of wealth component. One is called indirect wealth. The other one is called direct wealth. And to simply put, right, in simplicity, we have summarized these 10 gods under what we call the wealth component. Now, is wealth always good? If you think it's always good, can you type number 1? Is wealth sometimes bad? If you think that sometimes it's bad, can you type number 2? Now, for those of you guys who already wants to sign up for the courses, right, can you click on the link and go there and sign up, because we have limited seats left. Now, the interesting thing about signing up for the courses today, although this bundle, this 2-day course is 588, right? You're thinking like, but actually you can save a lot of money if you sign up, because if you read your Bazi chart every year, it actually costs, even if you read my apprentice, it costs 328. So you have a family of like 4-5 people, right? That's like 1,000 plus. So if you read for everyone in your family, including yourself, right, every single year, the yearly reading is already 1,000 plus already, ma. But let's say if you come for the course, right, you can actually save 1,000 plus per year. So in 5 years, you actually save like 6-7,000. Then in 10 years, you save like, you know, about 12K. So interestingly, this course can not just help you save money, but also you can read for your loved ones as well to forecast. Okay. Now, in this course, we learn about the 10 gods, and within these 10 gods, one of the most important components is the wealth component, because the wealth component is not always good. Sometimes it can be bad. Now, a lot of people, if they have too many wealth components, right, it can cause them issues with their relationship and also their wealth luck. The wealth component is about control. Now, a person that has good wealth components, right, are actually very results oriented, very ambitious. But a person that is not favorable in the wealth component can mean otherwise. So for the positive first, these people generally are you know, very realistic, and they want to be in control very much. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people, right, that has good wealth components, right, end up with good people management skills, good wealth management skills, and generally they are responsible, efficient, confident, okay, and they are very hands-on. But for people who have very negative, right, they can be a control freak. They can be very micromanaging of others. They can be very demanding. So if you have boyfriends or husbands that you know, also have this issue, this can be one of the problems that they face as well. Okay, so for some of the people who are not married yet, so this is something for you to take note of when you are selecting a potential spouse. Okay, so then other issues is that these people also can be very possessive. So let's say if you have a wife who has a lot of negative wealth components. Wow. There you have. Now, people who are missing in wealth, are there people that have zero wealth components in their chart? The answer is yes. Okay. If you don't have the wealth component, it doesn't mean that, you know, you cannot buy lottery. It has nothing to do with that. Please, if you like to buy, go ahead and buy. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying that it has nothing to do with the lottery. But when your wealth component is missing, it can mean that this person lack management skills. Okay, I have clients who are missing in the wealth component, and they like to do things on their own. They don't like to delegate. In fact, they're very bad at delegating, and they just want to do it themselves. Okay, which makes it hard for them to scale their business. Now, these are some examples of people with the strong wealth component within their chart. Remember just now I told you that wealth component people are very good at ops, right? Yeah, that's why we have people like Tim Cook, right? Now, let's say if you want to get a reading about your favorable elements and also a forecast for 2024, right? Please feel free to send it to this number 8415-3359. I will try my very best to read for as many people as possible. Now, understanding of the 10 gods, right, allow us to be able to know more about our personality, and with that, you also get what you call your strengths and weaknesses. I know that it can be very hard for us to visualize, which is why, you know, during this component today, we will also like to tell you why this is important. If you understand your strengths and weaknesses, right, you can actually use that to increase your human luck. Let's say, for example, right, you know, you read your Bazi chart. Okay, you know what, this 33.33% of, you know, representing my Bazi chart is like, this is not very good. Then how does it mean that that is the end for me? Wow, you know what? You think you Linkin Park is the end. Okay, so it's actually not so bad. So what we can do is that we should focus on our strengths instead. So understanding that of the human luck, right, can actually help us to see where we can actually focus on. Say, for example, if this person is very good at sales, does it make sense for this person to be doing a IT engineering job or not? Don't make sense, right? It don't make sense at all because you're not in the right position to allow yourself to shine. And then after that, just because that you've never done sales before your whole life doesn't mean that you cannot start learning it. So which is why it is important to refer to the 10 Gods profile in order to find out what exactly is the area we should focus on. Yeah, it's like what some China clients told me. Okay, sometimes it is better to have the right direction than to keep on working very hard. Okay, so that is that. Now, of course, most important thing for us to improve our luck is that of the home feng shui. Okay, that's one of the key and most critical things that we need to do. Now, important things for us to focus on when we want to improve our luck is, of course, home feng shui. Like what we mentioned, going to the right career is super important. Some people will do children name selection as well, giving their children a head start. This one's super important for parents who actually want the best for their kids. If you don't want name, okay, never mind. But if you really want the best for your kids, right, this is something for you to think about. Name selection, very, very important. If you've never done this before, right, then you should. Okay, you should. Yeah, I didn't say you maybe can consider. I said you should. Yeah, because most probably if you selected the name for your child without going through, right, I wouldn't say all the time, but 90% of the time is not the best. Okay, today we just went through a few clients, Bazi reading, and all of them, their names are not exactly very in sync with exactly what they need. Now, then of course, if you select right dates for important events, can be very important, very good for you as well. For example, wedding, move-in dates, or perhaps opening of a new company. Then having the right spouse also quite important. Why did I say at the right time? Right spouse are good all the time. No, yeah, spouse good, but you not good. Yeah, so when you come together at the wrong time can be quite bad. So which is why the timing can also be pretty important as well. Yeah, because if you're not prepared for a relationship and then after that you just get married, even if your spouse is good, then you will make your spouse very angry and then your spouse will leave you. So that is one of the things that we always see. Okay, sometimes not the spouse, sometimes it's you. Yeah, but then sometimes it's you. Not you. Sometimes it's the spouse because you didn't have the right spouse, but you are okay. So which is why having the right spouse at the right time can be critical. Now the next one is actually CSEC date selection. No, recently I've been doing some CSEC date selection for clients, and one of them they actually did, right, they're very happy with our service, and now they are selecting for the second child. But she really posed me a very difficult question and assignment, because when this second child that she wants to calculate for, right, is not even conceived yet. So that can be very tough because I will need to come up with 8 different combination dates, since I have no idea whether or not this person will be male or female. Yep. So then of course the next one is the numerology, that some people also use that to get good phone numbers and also couplets to improve their luck. And the most important thing is the doing of good deeds and continuous education. Some people will say that I don't like to learn new things, or some people say I'm very smart one, I don't need to learn new things. How many of you guys have heard that before? Type number 1 if you have heard that phrase before. Yeah, if you're one of them, then don't put out your hands. Yeah, so if you have colleagues or clients or people or friends who are actually like that, right, then you should tell them that their thinking is very wrong, because continuous learning is important for everyone. Even if you tell people that you're very smart and you don't need to learn anything, right, what you're actually essentially doing is that you are learning how to not learn. Tell them that you are learning how to not learn, and what will you get? You are learning how to not be successful. That is exactly what you are learning. Okay, instead of people learning how to be successful, you not learning is actually learning how to not be successful. Yeah. So the last one is actually for us to understand how we can be patient and have a good personality. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, right, I want to demo to you guys, right, how exactly a live reading is being done. So can we maybe just do like for a few people first? I'm going to use these 2 techniques here, since I, can in no situation see your face. I'm just going to use these two techniques of numerology and Bazi reading. Assuming that you did not offend people, right, and people loves you, you can type in your gender, your birth date. Don't type in your birth time, but tell me your main area of concern, and I'll read your chart for you right now. Of course, people will do the selection, like always. Thanks. Okay, Bibo, can you do the selection for me? Thanks. Okay, let's go. Okay. Wow. Bibo selected. Bibo selected a guy. Wow. So why you select a guy? Yeah. 1976. Wow. Purposely select a guy. Yeah, Bibo got boyfriend, but Bibo still single. That's why maybe she selected a guy. Wow, happy birthday, Alvin. Okay, so the first one is actually Alvin, and the second one that Bibo has selected is Ho. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, let's do two first, Bibo. Don't type already. Yeah, let me do two first. Okay, this is a good employee number. Okay, I'm seeing Alvin, right? A very, very responsible person. So even without saying anything, right? We can see that Alvin is a super, super responsible person from his Bazi chart. Okay, this is what we call a very, very responsible number. One moment. Okay, let's see, Alvin. Alvin is 2114358. So the number of 358, right, generally means that this person is extremely responsible. Okay, it's a very good number. And as we are seeing Alvin's chart, we also see someone, right, in a luck cycle where it is very easy for this person to perform well in the area of operations. Okay, so Alvin is a person, right, where after the age of 39, easy to excel in operations career. So we teach this in our advanced Bazi class, where this combination that we are seeing is called a clash of authority and intelligence. But however, clash produces energy, and the positivity side of this clashed energy is what we call commanding leadership. Okay, so which is why the key thing within Alvin's chart is after the age of 39, he seems to possess this very strong commanding leadership star within his chart. But one thing is that, right, after the age of 39, right, it is also easy for Alvin to experience a certain form of unhappiness within his life. Despite some of the good positive stars that come in, there are also some negativity that can give him issues regarding that of spouse relationship. And next year, right, Alvin, one of the tips that I would like to also transfer to you is that, right, it can be difficult for you to maintain good health throughout the next year, but the most critical month is actually that of April. So do take note of sicknesses in the month of April, okay? Yeah, and one of the key things is that Alvin will need what we call the wood element and also the fire element in order to boost the energy from his 八字 chart. Let's say if Alvin comes for the if Alvin comes for the full detailed reading, right, the year of 49 years old, right, can be very, very interesting for Alvin, because the year of 49 years old, right, can be a turning point for his life. So during that stage, right, there can be a lot of good stars, right, that can make a lot of wrong things go right. Now, Alvin, I understand that you have done super a lot of read up, right, on your own. Now, within your chart, right, has a lot of what we call the unfavorable eating god. So although it gives you a lot of overthinking, but at the same time, right, all this overthinking, right, actually makes you good at understanding metaphysics as well. Now, all these if let's say you don't want to go for a detailed reading, right, but you want to learn more about your own chart on your own and maybe even read these for other people, you can consider coming for our courses as well, because it's very, very affordable. So Bibo, can you paste the link for the courses once again? Now, one of the things about this course is that, right, although the combined 2-day course is 588, but you technically will get back all the course fees, right, in terms of credits as well. So one of the things that is important is that these credits can also be used to be spent on the website. So other than spending it on the website, right, you can also spend it to get one more friend to attend the course. So technically, you are sharing the cost between two people, okay, if you get what I mean. Now, the price, although it's 588, but today I think Bibo has prepared a code already. Yeah, so very seldom I'll get involved in marketing, but Bibo, being very hardworking, right, has prepared a code for both of you, for all of you guys. The code is called Seminar 20. If you were to use Seminar 20 together with this, you will get a 20% discount on the 588. How much would that be? Let me use my calculator right now. So 588 times 20% less is 470. So you will get back 470 as well in terms of credits if you were to buy. And then the cost consider is actually 21 October and 28 October. Okay, both of them is a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now I'm going to read for poll immediately. Okay, give me one moment. The code expires today, 2359. Correct or not, Bibo? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure when your code expires actually. Okay, let me read for poll. Wow, Paul is a very, very, very detailed person. There are a lot of what we call the number 6 star from within Paul's numerology chart. Wow, so we see a lot of number 6 from within post numerology chart, right? So Kok Liang, who has come for our numerology course, right? You see a person with a lot of number 6, what does it mean? Okay, So meanwhile, while Kok Liang replies, right, I'm going to open up Paul's Bazi chart. Cannot remember. Okay. So for those of you guys who come for the course, in case y'all forget things, right? We have a deck of notes for you guys to refer to. So probably stretched too far away already. So Kok Liang cannot reach the file. Yeah. So but anyway, if you were to use the set of notes, you will realize that number 6 stands for detailedness, and with a lot of number 6 within Paul's chart, she is a very detailed person. Now here we are seeing in Paul's Bazi chart, right, that she is extremely intelligent. But one of the issues that she has with her chart is also that her detailedness, right, brings about what we call anti-benefactors in her life. When you are very detailed, people might dislike you because they will feel that there are a lot of things that you care about, but they don't understand why you care about these things. So Paul's main issue is that as she communicate to these people don't get it of why she is like that. And that is one of the reasons why, right, she might get into a lot of situations where people don't like her. Okay, and as we plot her Bazi chart, we also realize that although there are good people in her life that likes her, but generally there are a lot of what we call 小人 in her life, ungrateful people, people who don't like her. Yeah, so Paul says, yes, people find her very fussy. So this is what we call a chart that attracts 小人. And this can become very tough for her in the next few years, because in the next few years, there are additional clashes that will increase the tendency of all this meeting all these wrong people as well. Now, if she come for a detailed reading, we will actually explain to her how to actually prevent meeting too many of these people. If you come for the detailed reading, right, you can also bring your floor plan. With a floor plan, we can actually do a deeper analysis for you and seeing how we can actually augment some parts of your house in order to improve your luck. Because sometimes when you have this issue of meeting a lot of 小人, right, then you might also live in a house where you will meet even more 小人 as well. And when these two combines, the house and your own Bazi chart plus your luck cycle, right, it can give you a triple combination of problems. Okay. So this is what we call drawing parallels and going into the compounding effect. Now, if we find that there are certain things that compounds and give you problem, right, then we will need to do our best to prevent them from happening. Okay, so that is for Paul's chart. So let's say if you want to sign up for the detailed reading, remember to use the Seminar 20 code. But if you say, I don't want to learn about my own chart, I want to learn how to read, even for myself and for other people, come for the course instead. Okay, so now we have time. Let's do one more. People, can you select one more for me? Thank you very much. Okay, Chen Qing, are you still here? Chen Qing, are you still here? If you're not here, oh, okay, good. Chen Qing is here. Wow, can talk well. Chen Qing is another number 6 person, and it seems that Chen Qing has a good communication star within his chart. We see a lot of communication star. So Chen Qing is probably a person that is a good communicator. One of the problems that he has within his chart is that, right, it can be very easy for people to sometimes sway him, because there seems to be a lot of number 2 within his chart, right? That increases the stability of his decision making. Okay, so that can give him a little bit of problem. But the good thing that I'm seeing right here is that, right, Chen Qing has very, very good luck cycle. So he has what we call right now intelligence luck. So Chen Qing is actually a very intelligent person. But the interesting thing about his intelligence is that, right, it gives him ability, right, to uh uh see things that people cannot see. I don't mean ghosts. I mean like see small details that people can't see. So some people say, hey, Chase, when you talk about seeing things that people that people cannot see, I feel very scared leh. What does it mean? Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, so Alvin, if you come for the course, we actually teach all this from within the course. It can be a very interesting experience for you since you have a strong interest in this. Okay, so as for Chen Qing, right? One of the things that is interesting from within his chart is that, right, next year might be a very bad year for him because next year is a clashed year. Yeah, so the main thing about next year is that, right, it can be very easy for Chen Qing to offend people. The second thing that I'm seeing is that, right, this detailedness strongly affects also spouse relationship. Now, Chen Qing, are you married already? Because I'm seeing that your age this year is actually 41. So if you are already married, right, the addition of this star, right, especially in that of next year, right, can cause a lot of spouse unhappiness because there is this what we call a intelligence clash. So when there is a intelligence clash from within your chart, you can be very, very picky. Okay. So that pickiness also is amplified from within the spouse relationship that causes additional problems. Okay. So if there are some comments that you'd like to make regarding this reading, do let me know as well. Okay. Yeah, then moving forward in your life, right, is a very interesting period because it can be a time where it can make you extremely successful, especially after the age of 46. Now, if you're very interested into understanding, right, hey, okay, what can I do in order to use this success star? Come for the detailed reading. People, can you mind? Do you mind pasting the detailed reading? Bibo, can you paste the detailed reading link here as well? Thank you very much. And remember that if you check out the link, you can also use it to your advantage, right? The Seminar 20 code. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, going to get the feng shui bundle. Okay, no problem, Chen Qing. So that will be great because if you do the feng shui bundle, we will go your house and we will help you as well. Okay. So one of the things that is interesting is that, right? After the age of 46, we can activate good luck for you because you have super good luck. Now, if you're getting the home feng shui bundle, right, what we will do additionally is to also see what we can do to your house to reinforce this wealth star that you have after 46. Of course, we will, like all good people should do, understand the trajectory of your properties moving up until you're 46 years old because there's still 4 years, ma. So just in case you'll be moving to a new place, we also advise you what kind of new place will suit you better as well. Okay, because your age actually still quite young, 40 plus, early 40s, right? Maybe you have money and you want to upgrade, no problem. So we will take that into consideration as we feng shui your house. Okay. So hopefully that has been a very interesting experience for you guys. The live demo. Now, for those of you guys who didn't get your reading done, right, no problem. It is not possible for me to do it for everybody, but you can actually send a message to this number if you're interested into understanding what items that you should be purchasing for year 2024 in order to make your year a good year. Send your request to 84153359 and we will help you out to get a very, very basic reading for next year and what you will need for next year to further improve your luck. Okay. So without further ado, right, I'll just share a little bit about this course that can make your experience in Bazi very, very interesting. So there are two things that is good in this course. One is actually that of the numerology segment that is for the 21st of October. And the Bazi segment will be on the 28th of October. Yeah, what you actually learn from this course, right, is to learn how to use numerology to quickly plot for people. So the good thing about numerology is that, right, you can quickly decode another person's personality within that of 60 seconds, just by the basic framework. Of course, there is a lot of things in numerology, and you can actually break it up into 13 different palaces that will tell you super a lot of other information, like, you know, future wealth lah, this person's relationship, their friends are, then whether or not their relatives will like you, yeah, how you should handle your career and your colleagues, and then what path you should take, what is your strengths and your weaknesses. But the basic core chart can already tell you a lot of things. Now, the Bazi chart is another in-depth analysis further from the numerology chart. So with that, you can not just understand the person's personality, but also their luck cycle, which is very important, because even if you have a great personality, right, you might not be having the best of luck. How many of you guys have friends who don't have very good luck, but they are very nice people? Can you type number 1 if you have this kind of friends? So sometimes when your friends are experiencing bad luck, right, but they're very nice people, right, they can actually have a certain period where they feel depressed, sad. So when you see good people feeling depressed and sad, right, that can be actually quite heartbreaking. Correct? Yeah. Then lastly, of course, we throw in a little bit of face reading at the end of the Bazi workshop. Hopefully that will be able to give you a holistic idea on how you should read for somebody else's chart. Now, let's say if you're coming for the numerology course, right, only, the price is actually 388. Like I mentioned, right, if you sign up for this course, you're going to get all the credits back. And on top of that, you still can use the Seminar 20 code for a further 20% reduction. Okay, the course will be actually held at not here at Bedok, because Bedok cannot fit. So the class size is going to be about 40, and the classroom will be at Cuppage Orchard. Now, let's say if you don't want to sign up for the numerology, you only want to sign up for the Bazi, right? Technically speaking, the Bazi course, right, is 788. Okay, so yes, you can sign up separately. You can still use the code. You will still get the credits back. But today I'm going to give you a better deal, because of the 788 plus 388, right? The total price 1176, right? I'm going to slash half on it, right? And only charge 588 for the course. So you know, if you come for the numerology course and the Bazi course together, 21. Can someone kindly share what do the credit mean? Okay, the credit mean that, let's say today, if you sign up this bundle for 588 SG dollars, you will actually get back 588 SGD dollars back in credits. And what do you mean by that is that once you get the credits back, you can actually use these credits to purchase something else from the website. And that includes purchasing another slot for your friends to come. So your friends can share half the price of the course with you. Or if you don't have friends, no, just kidding. If you don't want to ask your friends to come, you can also buy something from the website as well. Okay, let's say, for example, you have 5 credits. You can use that to buy a 2 bracelets. You know, one for yourself, one for your friends. You can buy something for your family. Okay, so that is exactly how the credits work. So if you were to sign up the bundle, you can actually use the Seminar 20 code, and 588, like I mentioned, right? If you use the Seminar 20 code, your price will only be 470, but you will get back 470 in terms of credits. Okay, how much you sign up, how much you get back, how much you get back in terms of credits. Yeah. So then this is a very good offer, because you will actually you know, be able to sign up for a cheaper price if you were to share with someone else, like a friend. Okay, so the offer is until tonight at 2359. Okay, so that is for the courses. Okay. If you join our course, right, you will also be invited to a Telegram group chat, where within this group chat, we will actually give you a lot of information to read before the course. Now, be very honest with me. If you never read, then you tell me in the morning before we start. So I will assign someone who read to sit beside you so that you will be able to learn quickly together with the rest of the class. Just say, okay, I'm very busy. I'm so sorry. I tried my best already, but I didn't read. Be honest. No worries. Usually students that sign up, they're very kind, they're very nice, and they will definitely, definitely help you one. Okay, I've never seen someone who don't want to help before, lah. Okay. Yeah, but it was very interesting because in my previous course, right, actually there was an Indian who joined the course. Okay, this Indian student, right, was actually quite good at it. And she was so good that when a Chinese student, right, did not understand what was being taught, the Indian student went to teach the Chinese student, and then the rest of the class was like, hey, how come you cannot get it? And, our Indian student has to teach you. So that was quite interesting, okay? Yeah, Kopi said, yeah, later got exception, no one help. If nobody help you, then I will help you lah. Don't worry lah, Lim, okay? Don't worry lah. It will not happen. Generally, everybody will be, so Temperance asks, what are the course dates? The course dates are 21 October and also 28 October. They will actually both are a Saturday, and the time for the course is actually 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Everybody is like happily helping each other, and then the when they ask for help, right, then our Indian student was actually helping a Chinese student, and then the rest of the class were like laughing. Hey, you know what? Yeah, she don't even know Chinese, she's helping you. Yeah, so it was very interesting. But it goes to show also that you don't need Chinese to understand the course. That is how simple the workshop works. Okay. Now, Alvin, the course is actually at Carpage Orchard. Okay, after you sign up, we'll give you directions where to park your car, where to come, how to come, which level, which classroom. Be there a little bit earlier. Okay, 10 a.m. we will start sharp. But however, sometimes I like to start with a bit of introduction first at 9:30. We'll warm up. Okay, ask some questions, throw some curveballs around, and then set some rules for the class. 10 o'clock, we really like deep into the class already. Okay, so try not to be late. Okay, try hard. Okay, but like I mentioned, we will help you. Okay, can a retake if don't understand? Alvin, the answer is yes. If you sign up for intermediate after the basic, right, we'll allow you to come for revision classes. Okay, no problem. Yeah, so Lim says later got exception, no one help. Most probably that will not happen because I will help you if nobody wants to help you. But so far, haven't seen that happening before. The difference between numerology and Bazi is that numerology is a numbers method and Bazi is an astrology method. And Bazi gives you stronger ability to understand your luck cycle, while numerology is good at explaining a person's core personality to another person. Okay, it is easy to understand, explain, and help. If no car, any transport, bus, MRT, yes, you can come by MRT. It is just behind Center Point, my friend. So if you take the MRT to Orchard, right, you can actually walk to Center Point. Then from Center Point, you can walk there. It's like a 1 minute walk from Center Point. If you're very slow at walking like me, maybe it'll take like 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe like 2 minutes or so. Yeah. So people actually wanted to come on, but I think due to certain unforeseen circumstances, right, perhaps people cannot be here. Yeah. So there is actually also other services that we have available today. Now, some people will say that, okay, you know what, the cost might be a bit too heavy for me. I'm not sure whether I should take the course. No worries. You can always do a reading for yourself because we do readings for ourselves all the time to prepare for the new year. So, now we have an offer of buying one bracelet and also with the Bazi reading. So one bracelet plus the reading together, your price is actually, not 678, but actually 538. And 538 is before Seminar 20 discount. After Seminar 20 discount, I believe the price should be about 430. Now, what do you get in the reading is that you will get a detailed Bazi reading, and at the same time, you will have a numerology reading. At the same time, you will have a face reading. At the same time, if you are game enough, if applicable, bring the floor plan of your house. I will roughly help you to see the floor plan of your house as well, to see what are some of the things that you can do to improve the feng shui of your house. Now, in the detailed reading, right, we will also tell you about your strengths and weaknesses, your career, your romance, your family, your wealth luck, your health, and critical years. Quite a mouthful, yes, which is why it is actually very, very value for money. But most importantly, right, if you do the reading and no recommendations are given to you, right, that would be very sad. So which is why the most important part of the reading is the recommendations. After all, if you are very focused on wealth, if you are very focused on how to improve your life, you will be a person who is very focused on recommendations as well. Now, we can choose a bracelet of your choice after the reading, but if you want us to recommend for you, I will gladly help you to do it. Why do I say face reading if applicable? Because if there's nothing wrong with your face, I won't go and comment. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So there was a lady that came, a little bit of issues with her brows. I was telling her about it, but then other than the brows, right, nothing wrong with her face, what? Yeah, so why would I want to comment too much? Right? Make you scared. Yeah, cannot be right? So the session usually is very empowering. We don't make clients, run helter-skelter. So we want you to calm, empowered, happy. Okay, that's the most important thing lah. Okay. Now, if you feel that, hey, you know what? Do you have a couple bundle? I want to do together with my husband. I want to do together with my son. Mothers, right, like to do readings with their son. I've done like a lot of this kind of readings before. Mother with son, mother with daughter. Yeah. So very seldom I see father with son before. So far very seldom. So far is mother with son or mother with daughter. Wow, all the fathers now very, very scared already, run away. So now, if you have something like that and you feel that two people want to do together, Lim said something with the face, how? For facial surgery. Yeah. Lim, you don't have to worry lah. We are not new, okay? So we will also look at the Bazi chart and the numerology chart, correct or not? That's why we use 3 methods to read, right? Well, otherwise, what's the purpose? Yeah. So let's say. Temperance say 21 have something you have other dates. Yes, we will hold another one somewhere in November and December as well. So in order for you to secure the price, right, what you can do is that you can come for the 28 Bazi one, and then after that in November or December you can come for the numerology course again. Okay, so of course we'll be holding one more session in November and December, but we haven't exactly confirmed the date yet lah. So we'll let you do a poll, and then you guys can choose the date that best fits everybody. Okay, so for the couple bundle, right, the price is actually 788. Now let's say if you add like 538 together, even after discount, if you sign up for 2 bundles, right, 538 times 2 is still going to be 1076. Now the normal price of these bundles, right, of 158, now we have reduced it to 788. What's interesting about this 788 is that, right, you get 2 detailed readings. You also get 2 bracelets. So 4 things. You get 2 bracelets, 2 detailed readings at the price of 788. This is the most sold bundle, right, during Chinese New Year or before Chinese New Year last year at 2022 November. When we launch out this, we sold a lot of this couple bundle is because that it is very value for money, and it makes sense. If you have someone in your family that wants to do it, you guys should do it together. Now, let's say if you're not a couple, no problem, okay? But if you are a couple, what we will do is that we will also read the floor plan of a house for you. We will also help you to choose your wedding date if applicable. But if you're not a couple, never mind. So your mother also can come with son. Your mother also can come with daughter. Your father want to come with son, also not an issue. Okay. Couples, if you want to come together, married couples also can. A lot of people that come are actually married couples. Will my husband continue to do well in his career? What if he's not doing well? When will he be not doing well? Or let's say if he's already not doing well, what can we do? Yeah, a lot of concerned wives will actually sign up for the reading as well. Okay, so if you're one of them, please remember to come for the detailed one. It will be very, very useful for you to sign up about this. Okay, now, how much is that after discount? After seminar 20, let me do a quick calculation for you. The price is 630, okay? So if let's say you sign up for this, right? The price is 630. The credits back, I repeat, because there was some miscom the other time. The credits back will only be applicable for the courses. So for the detailed bundles, right, due to the popularity of it, there will be no credits, okay? But definitely you still need to sign up, because if you have intention to do a reading for next year, right, sign up earlier. Why? Is because that right now the slots are actually very limited. If you sign up the reading, right, I'll do the things myself for you. But however, right, outside of this seminar, generally, if you sign up for our detailed reading, what the one that will do for you is actually our apprentice. She's also very good, but if you want me to do for you, right, you have to top up extra. Okay, so for this seminar alone, of course, you can choose to let me do it. Okay, you have the choice to let me do it. Of course, if you don't want me to do it, also can. Say, I prefer a female. Okay, perhaps the female will have stronger level of empathy. No problem, it's okay. Then ask my apprentice to do for you. No issue. Okay, but however, if you want me to do it for you, you can request for anybody that sign up the bundle during this seminar. Okay, the code is seminar 20. I repeat, it will expire at night 2359. Okay, any questions that you guys have for the couple reading before I continue? Now, the most important thing, right, is actually a good feng shui item that can help us. But what is the most powerful feng shui item of all? Is actually our home. So a home has a huge size. Okay, so I'm sad to say in terms of feng shui, size matters. Okay, so the biggest feng shui item you can ever buy for your house, for yourself, is actually your house. Now, then some people will say, hey, Chase, you say size matters. So does it mean landed property is more better than apartment? When the feng shui is good, the answer is yes, it is. Yes. If it offends you, I'm sorry, but the answer is yes. Okay, so why is that so? Maybe next time I will share more during a feng shui seminar, not now. Yeah, but the most important thing is that how can we make things better? I've already bought the house already. What do you want me to do? We can actually augment the house to suit your Bazi chart, and most importantly, suit the period. What's a period? Some people will ask. The period is a luck cycle of 20 years, which can critically affect the outcome of your luck. And within the next 20 years, right, it actually starts from 2024 onwards. So this is actually the best time for you to do feng shui for your house, because we want to position the house for good luck for the next 20 years. So which is why, yeah, it has nothing to do with qi flow. You can have an apartment, you can have very good qi flow also. You can have a landed house, but you have very bad qi flow. Yeah, I have a client who has another somebody else that does the feng shui for her, right? So what this person did was that because it doesn't suit her bazi, right? So they went to tilt the house, and it destroyed the entire qi flow of the house, because when you tilt the house, right, you solve one problem, but you create 10 more problems, which are very, very bad for the feng shui of the house. They are all fundamental flaws. Okay, you tilt the entire house, you destroy the qi of the house, because everything becomes sa qi already, and it's very difficult to solve, because if you destroy the entire lander and rebuild, it costs millions, like literally 1 point something million. You destroy the roof, you destroy everything, you rebuild the whole thing. Yeah, possibly cost you at least I think a good $600,000 minimum, excluding the purchase of new furniture, furnishings. Okay, just the rebuild, probably if you save a lot of money, also I think minimum you will need 600K. But yeah, so doesn't mean that lender will have better qi flow. Yeah, sometimes it can give you yeah, okay, so there are certain fundamental concepts. Apartment can sometimes be better, but why is the lender better is because of a combination of the heaven, earth, and also human energy. Okay, now back to that of the bundle, right? It's very interesting because generally when you sign up for our feng shui, right, we will only go to your house and do the feng shui, but this time around what we have is a bundle. So a lot of people, they don't like feng shui people to go over to their house, right? Then do the feng shui already, then try and upsell them like 100 million things. So what we do is that, right, we are so bad at upselling that we create this bundle package for you that is all in already. So what does it include? Is actually a home audit on site. Yeah, then after that, it also includes 2 times Bazi reading detail. And it also includes 1 feng shui tree for your house. So everything all in, right, the price is actually 1388. But the original price of this bundle, right, where everything is separated, is actually 3258. Okay, so today, on top of the 1388, what you'll also be able to get is a 20% discount. So let me just, okay, yeah, so the final price after 20% less is actually 1110, which is a very good price for you guys, because today the offer only stands until at night at 2359. So take up the offer very, very quickly before it runs out. Because this home feng shui, can be very, very important to improve a person's life. We have a certain client, right, that recently have okay, actually not recently. When did she look for us? 2021. Okay, so in 2021, right, we went to feng shui her house, actually me lah. Then we realized that, right, the house is having a missing sector in her health sector. And this missing sector causes her to have bone problems. But incidentally, right, what is the interesting thing is that when she moved into this house, right, she didn't check the feng shui of the house. So her Bazi chart also got health problem with the bones. So this is what we call a very serious compounding effect, because she got health problem with her bones, her house also got health problem with her bones, then both together, right, will surely give you very serious issues, right? So at 2021, right, what happened was that, right, many weeks, right, she was incapacitated, right, because she cannot walk due to bone issues. Yeah, so that is the combination effect that can be very dangerous. So the purpose of doing feng shui is actually to break the cycle of bad effect. Okay, to break the cycle of bad effect. For example, one of my clients, right, actually having obstacles within his career. But when we actually went to his house, we also realized that out of nowhere, he put his training equipment there, and then there was a punching bag right at a certain sector of the house. So then, why do you choose to do this? There was exactly the same time that he had this issue with his career. So, yeah, so when there are certain things that are happening within your Bazi chart, sometimes you do very strange things. And these strange things, when they are reflected within your house, you have what we call a combination effect that will compound on your problems. So the purpose of doing this reading is to remove all these compounding effects if they are bad. That's it. Okay, so at least that's the idea of it. Okay, so for this bundle, the price will actually be 1110 after less, using the seminar 12 code. The price will only be valid, right, until tonight at 2359. Now, so when we actually learn, let's say if you come to our courses, we need to actually understand that, right, you need to be flexible to find solutions. You don't read the chart, and then after that, let's say one day you finish how to read already, and you're very good at it, but you read for someone else and you see that, this person, wow, a lot of HO, very rude, cannot succeed in life, surely will fail. Yeah, so does that help your client? No. So don't do that. Be flexible in helping people to find solutions. Just because you're lazy doesn't give you the right to hurt other people's feelings. Okay. The next thing is that Bazi is not magic. You need to manifest on it in order for you to get positivity. So you cannot say like, oh, okay, I have not so good luck. Then I just lie there and just wait for things to happen. Then one day I'll just die and then pass away because there's nothing I can do. Try to be as positive as possible. There are a lot of people that don't have super good Bazi chart, but they succeed as well. I've met someone who is in charge of 200 over people in a bank. He don't have a very good Bazi chart, but yet he is very hardworking. But of course, you need to be hardworking in the right direction, of course. Then the last thing is that, right, learn to have empathy on others. So when you see someone with a bad chart, right, don't go categorizing people like concert tickets and you're so lousy, you're going to die, wow, you never make it. If you make this kind of comments, right, it can have very bad karma on you, okay, as a practitioner. So don't go around like destroying people's lives like that. Yeah, learn to have strong empathy for people. Let's say, for example, my apprentice, if they have this kind of personality, straight away I sack them already. I don't teach them anything else really. Yeah, I'll remove them from our portfolio and our company, because it is very bad to have this kind of personality. Yeah, if you have no empathy for people who are going through problems, right, it means that you're a horrible person. So learn to have a lot of empathy, okay, as you learn how to read for people. Okay, so now I'll move on to Q&A. Alvin says there will be karma. Perhaps, but still, I see a lot of people still doing that. So, regardless whether there's karma or not, I just want to tell you guys that just be kind to others, okay? Now, Anonymous asked me, please shed light on why recruitment is up and coming. The reason why is because of the numerology of next year. Now, the numerology of next year is in that of the number of 268. If you come to my course, you will learn how to calculate all this. But the interesting thing about this 268 is that, right, they always quarrel with people about money. So what's the problem with this energy of 268 is that they talk a lot, but they cannot deliver. Is this the common thing that a lot of bosses are facing? The answer will be yes. A lot of stuff nowadays they will talk a lot, talk, but do cannot do. Especially the younger people, you hire them, talk, like rooster like that, talk, right? But cannot deliver one. So this puts bosses in a very difficult position. And when you try and hire these people, wow, you use LinkedIn, you use this, you use that, and you get very lousy candidates, right? What will you do? You will then look for recruitment companies, right? That's why recruitment companies are booming right now, because there's a mismatch of skill sets. Why is there a mismatch of skill sets? Because people are not realistic. Why are people not realistic? Because they want to get a lot of money without putting in hard work. That is why the energy of 268 is very destructive. You guys understand right now? And this kind of destruction can bring about a boom. Opportunities. When people want to argue, people want to fight, who will make money? Lawyers lah. When people want to fight, cannot find the right job, who will make money? Recruitment agencies lah. That's how life works. Okay. Yeah, hope that answers your question. Okay, now for Kelly, so for those of you guys who have questions, please feel free to key them in the Q&A because I'm currently handling the Q&A right now. Oh, Chen Qing says that he's trying to get the home feng shui bundle, but why is it not working? Bibo, can you assist? Thank you very much. Yeah, Bibo, time to do some work, okay? Yeah, Chen Qing say cannot check out, okay? So yeah, you need to do some work and help her to check out already. Yeah, then your boss will appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, so now let me get to Kelly's question first. For the zodiac sign, that should we see the zodiac animal for the year pillar, or should we follow the day pillar zodiac sign? Kelly, you should see the year one. How to tell if you have many negative wealth components? Okay, there are two ways. You can come for the course, or you can message me and I'll tell you first. Or you can message me and then I'll tell you. Then you come to the course to understand the negative impact of this wealth components. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Chen Qing, can you try again? Thank you very much. Now, how to tell if a person's wealth components is positive? This question very easy. Okay, first you need to come for the course, and then you will learn this concept of favorable and unfavorable, which usually I'll take about 2 hours to teach. Then after the 2 hours segment already, right? Then you will learn about how to plot your own chart and understand what are your favorable and unfavorable components. Then if your wealth components falls under that of the favorable, then it will be positive. That's all. Okay, for anonymous attendee. Now, Chen Xing Yan, for numerology is wood, number 9, and 八字 is yin matter. So what element am I having and how to read? We will actually need to use that of the day master. So using the day master element, we will see which element you are. Let's say if your day master is yin matter, then you are a yin matter element. Paul says, if too many fire in the chart, any bracelet to help? Yes, the answer is yes. If you have too much fire in your chart, we can probably use earth element to drain the fire or matter element to drain the fire. Thank you very much, Paul. So Paul, if you're looking for a bundle, let's say you want to get a reading or you only want to get a bracelet, right? You can consider getting the bundle as well. And if you want to get a bundle, right, remember to use the Seminar 20 code today. Okay, it will help you out. Yeah, so anonymous attendees say, when should I read for next year? This is a very interesting question because you should read for next year right now. Why leh? Why? How come? How come? Can I read for next year or not? Yes, you can. Here's the strange thing about Hoseki, right? So last year, right, before November, my bookings were still okay. So right now, my bookings are actually until end of December, but they are loose. They are what we call loose bookings. So loose bookings means there are bookings all the way until the end of December, but there are loose spots still in the center for, why do I have loose spots? Because I want to cater for two kinds of people. One kind is the person that watch our live streams, and the second kind are people that comes to our seminar. So I'll give them priority for bookings. But the problem is that once we hit November, what will happen is that there will be a surge in the bookings, and then my bookings will be booked all the way until end of March. And then by the end of December, they will be booked all the way until end of June. As much as I would like to do all the appointments myself, it is not possible for me to do so. So which is why sometimes Li Ming, who is our apprentice, will help me to do some of the appointments. So some people will say that, what if I'm being allocated an apprentice? Is it a problem? It is not a problem because Li Ming is not new. Okay, it is, I didn't teach her from scratch. She learned from another feng shui master, right? And she was already practicing for 4 years before she joined us. Okay, so she's not like, she's like blank piece of paper and then we train her for 3 months and then we ask her to read for people. It doesn't work like that. If you learn from me for 3 months, right, you will know that I will never make you an active apprentice. I will never do that. Okay, so Li Ming has learned for 4 years already. She's very good at what she does, and I have not gave her the green light to service you guys for home feng shui yet. I will still do the home feng shui myself, but she can easily handle your Bazi chart. Okay, not a problem. Let's say if you want to sign up today, you have the priority to pick me for the reading, definitely. But of course, if you don't mind, definitely you can still let Li Ming read for you. She's very good at what she does. Okay. And you know what's the thing I like about her? The thing I like about her is that she is not poor. She's quite rich. So why do I get a rich apprentice? Anybody understand why? Like, anybody wants to take a shot? Why is my apprentice a successful and rich person? She has a yes, correct. Yes, correct. Lim is exactly right. Okay, she works for passion. She don't need this work. She likes to learn, and I taught her everything that I have crafted for the advanced Bazi course, and she's very happy, and she's a friend, and she's doing this because it makes her happy. Okay, yeah, that's why, you know, we get people who are rich and somewhat successful in their career. Okay, she's a very, very high ranking operational person within a tech company. So she's not stupid. She can read charts quite well, and her memory is very good. Okay. Lim say, I also want to be like that. Can Bazi help? The answer is yes. We need to understand your strengths and weaknesses, right? And we need to work towards that. Okay, for example, one of my clients, right, who is actually a nurse. Nothing wrong with nurses, okay, but they are very hardworking and they work very long hours. She's not suitable to be a nurse, end of story. So one of the issues that we read from a Bazi chart is that she has strong creativity, but since young, her mother actually pressure her and tell her that you cannot. You know, you should go and be a nurse because iron rice bowl. You think your piano very good. After I listen to you play piano, I think it's normal. Okay, you are nowhere good. I think you will never make it when you play piano. You will never make it one. I tell you, go and be a nurse better. How many of you guys know people who have parents like that? It destroys her self-confidence. She's good at it. End of story. From the Bazi chart, we see she's good at it. She's good at it means you're good at it. If you are good at it, I'll just tell you that you're good at it. Full stop. She has changed her life right now by being a freelance piano teacher. Okay? Yeah. So Lim says, mine, so how? Sign up for the detailed reading lah. Otherwise, how I know? We could to plot for you, right? And read for you ma, correct or not? Yeah, so today there's a certain promotion that you can do. So if you want, you can sign up. And we can actually help you to see what exactly are your talents. Okay, so if you say that, hey, you know what, I don't want people to read chart for me, it's okay, then sign up for the course lah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so anonymous attendee asked, right, how much to read for next year? The answer is 3. Oh, okay, sorry, Bibo is typing the answer. Wow, Bibo so hardworking. Wow, okay. We must give Bibo a round of applause because it's already very late. Bibo is still working. Why not we show Bibo a little bit of appreciation by soft clapping on the okay, soft clap, soft clap. Okay, soft clap, soft clap for Bibo. Yeah, otherwise she say no number 9 in her chart. Wow, you know. Yeah, you know what's the problem with people? No? Cannot praise other employee one. Yeah, so okay, just kidding. Okay, let's get back to the main topic of Bazi reading is that right? This nurse found out about the good thing in her chart of being a creative person. And this creativity helped her to excel as a freelance piano teacher. Okay, and that changed her life. She's no longer stressed. She is doing what she likes, and she also likes children. Okay. Yeah. So use the Bazi reading in a way to help yourself. If you have interest in it, you can learn, pick up the course. If you don't have interest in it and you just want to know about your own reading, do sign up for our detailed readings, but sign up early. Okay. So you can either choose me or our apprentice Liming to do the reading for you. She's very good. I assure you that she will help you to read properly. Okay, so in that sense, okay, yeah, okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, so I think that's all for today's seminar. Any more questions that you all have? If you have, please send them over to our Q&A. We will answer them for you. Otherwise, I will choose the I will hand over the time to Bibo.
Hi guys. So you tomorrow someone will contact me regarding to the purchase. Yes, correct. So because it's late right now, so tomorrow first thing in the morning, someone Roanne, okay, Roanne from our team will message you guys and ask you when is your availability. So for those of you who purchased today, right, you will get exclusively from Chase lah. But okay, there are also, if let's say you have chosen a date that Chase is not available, then Li Ming will do it for you. So as much as if let's say after this, if not within this seminar that you are buying tomorrow, you will need to top up additional for Chase. Today is we are just giving off Chase availability, but it's almost booked up to December. So those of you who already bought, let's say you already bought 477, whatever that you purchased through the numerology course, right? Numerology course, budget course, or both. So whatever that you lose bookings up to 30th December already, Bibo, yeah. Okay, loose bookings are already up to 30th December. So I just wanted to say this. So whatever that you have spent, so for example, you have spent 477 for your numerology course, you will get back the 477 credits. So these credits, how it works is that if you want to bring another person to the seminar, you can use the 477 and then bring another person to the seminar. So it's like you are bringing them for free. So if you don't have anyone to bring to the seminar, you can also use the 477 and you start on our website, whatever jewelry, or you can buy any items up to 477, but it's only for one purchase, one transaction only. So one transaction means you can put up like 4 items, okay? Make it max to 477. But I don't think you will get 477 max. You can put 4, 5 items lah. But so you can put like 2 items. If let's say you have spent 1,000 today, for numerology course, numerology, whatever courses that you bought, okay? So if you, let's say you bought today numerology DZ bracelet, can you get the credits back? No, only specifically for the courses. We have limited seats left for 21st and 28th of October. So I really, really want you guys to, to secure your seat as soon as possible, because we are still welcoming other people. We actually put it very limited. Actually, we planned for very limited, but because of we still have people coming in. That's why we open it to a little bit, a medium size. Okay, so I really want you guys. So anyone clear about, everybody clear, right, about the credits back? The credits is only can be used for numerology, budget, or the bundle. So guys, please don't get confused. Any other questions? If there are any other questions, let's take up any other question, please. If there's no any question, if you want to know more about your numerology, your missing number, and also your budget chart, how is there any other private, personal, not private lah, personal questions, you can message Chase today. I'll just put in the number back. Wait, where is the number again? Okay, wait. Here is the number. Okay, so 84153359. We will take one last question. If there is no other questions, right? I think Chase will take it. Can you hear me? Okay, if there's no other question, yeah, this is the number. Did I put the number correctly? I did, right? Okay, so if there's no other questions, right, I want everybody who has any other question, you can actually message us at 84153335. How many packs is per session? Per session, this time around in October, we have about 30, or is it 30, 24 packs? We have only 24 packs. Okay, you may ask us like, why is that like we didn't open up to probably 50 or 100 packs? Because we want to limit for detailed reading in the bundle. Is this by Master Chase or his team? Okay, coffee copy. If let's say this detailed reading, right? If you buy it today, we will try as we can lah. I mean, if possible, your availability matches Chase availability, then yes, you can sign up for today. And oh, today one will done by you. Yes. Okay, guys, sorry. Today, whoever that bought detailed reading, whether in bundle or whether is it the without the bundle, without the bracelet, right? It will be all done by Chase. Tomorrow, Roanne, our team member, will contact you, and then you can actually tell your availability, so we will get Chase to do it for you. So I was saying about the how many people that we limit. Why didn't we bring up to 50 to 100? Because we want to focus to a smaller group, so that, because budget and numerology is a very not difficult, but then it will take time for you to actually learn. So that's why we want to focus to each and everybody, and then be engaging in the session, right? So we will get everybody will get like time. 24 for now, but max will be 30 plus for the upcoming course. Yeah, it will be the maximum will be 30th. So 24, it's already maxed up, and we will get, yeah. So those of you who are still getting today, right, please remember to use your seminar 20. If there's no other questions, I think we can end today's session already. Is there any other question? We are opening up. One last minute. before Chase going to reply to all of your questions. One last minute. Any other questions?
Yeah. Any other questions before I visit the Pang family? Yeah, Pangkang.
Okay, I think that's all. I think most of them already messaged you, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So if nothing else, thank you very much for coming. And we
Oh,
guys,
got one last one. If the detailed reading from Master Chase differ from other master, then how?
I think that happens sometimes. There's no how lah, but I think I think this addresses a kind of question that Coffee Copy has for me, in a sense that, you know, who is more accurate. That could be one of the questions. I don't want to offend people, but I think this is up to your own interpretation. The second thing is also that, right, I think depending on the individual, right, sometimes interpretations can also differ. Say for example, if you tell a very petty client that you're very petty, of course the client can say that, no, I'm not. I'm the most generous person on earth, but perhaps his parents, his friends, his husband would think otherwise, if you get what I mean. The second thing that differs is also that, you know, you can also see our reviews that we are a trusted brand in this area lah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have 11 apprentices currently. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about. I wouldn't be very worried about that lah. That will be the least of my concerns. My more heavy concern will be the fact that you won't be able to get a time slot if you are late. That's all. Okay, so without further ado, I guess we should end tonight so that people can go and rest. People had a very long day already, and yeah, as lady, perhaps her energy level not as high lah, so she need to go and sleep so that she can continue tomorrow. Okay, she can continue working and then you know, servicing you guys. Okay, so nothing else, then I guess we call it a day.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much for
guys.
coming. Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Have a good night. Bye, guys. Bye,
Bye
Kok Liang. See you.
bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye Kok Liang.